December 29, 2022. Marcus Giavanni here. How does the 2023 Denver elections work? Colorado politics for Denver Rights News. Now, folks, we've been indexing these folks for a while. And Denver Right, they need to be shut the fuck down, man. That Ben Marcus, this guy that's writing, see, they're already trying to, now they changed the election date, which changed the history of our whole entire conversation on the internet. We replanted our seed April. And when they change the date, what they don't realize is now they're going to be indexed as a illegitimate government come April 4, 2023. And it's all because in the hands if we're in front of a judge, which it looks like we're going to be going to, when you understand who these people are, the owners, Colorado Sun, Wikipedia, denvergov.org, Denver Post, Colorado Politics, Ballotpedia, Colorado Public Radio owns Denver Right. They have been manipulating our minds for the last 60 fucking years, man. Not all of them together because some branched off. Colorado Sound branched off, but they all write for each other. They all talk to each other. This is what they do at the press club, man. Okay? And that place is wired down tight. They don't even know it. Dumb fuckers. See, I didn't need to be mayor in my language I use. God, man, I went got signatures and people like, I ain't fucking signing no paper. Fuck off. Okay, sir. Have a good day. Sorry to bother you. Oh, go fuck yourself. Okay. See the same stuff I talk about? You know how many people, my vote don't work. My vote don't count. This is why it don't count. They already know. That's why they're angry. I didn't get it. I'm like, well, that's why things the way they are, because you don't care. And you want to be mayor? Well, come and talk to me. I'll talk to you. What are you going to do any different? Everything's rigged. They're all on the same side. There's nobody holding anybody accounting, and they're just taking our money and ruining our fucking property value. What, someone can't drive 30 minutes to fucking work? Wow. So after yesterday, in our 5 feet of snow we got, seems like it. I can't even open up my front door. Never. This is the most snow I've ever seen. Um, but they'll probably downplay it and do all that, and or upplay it so it fits in the global warming. See what's happening before everybody's eyes is the Mother Earth is getting pissed off, and humans think they can outsmart Mother Earth. They think they can outsmart artificial intelligence, and let me show you how this works, okay? When you look at this conversation, this is probably Ben Marcus right here in this. Denver mayoral election is already crowded. None of it. Oh, look at this. It's not as simple as the person with the most votes wins unless you're running for at-large city council seat. What the fuck does that mean? What it means is they're trying to get us prepared for ranked choice voting, folks. Shit that just like the fair election fucking debacle, where now citizens that would normally not pay to you're thinking about paying for abortions, now you're paying for these people to tell you, yeah, man, you're not, now we're taking your tax money so that we can pretend we're going to help Marcus Giavanni when he raises money, but what's going to happen is we're going to save that money and we're going to give it to the top 4 tiers in the Democratic Party so that they all can fatten their war chests, and this is how they do it. I personally believe they've already picked Kelly Brow as mayor, and I'd like to prove it in court, and this is how I would do it. Just part of it. There's stuff even better than this, but I'm going to go with the layman shit. So as you look at all these identifiers, all these people, Wikipedia, when I'm mayor, I'm coming in there, man. We're going to come and take your money because you've been fucking with Denver's elections for 2011, removing stuff that all goes toward the favor of a Democrat. And you're nonpartisan. What does that mean? Nonpartisan mean non anybody else? So you better get those big wallets that you have from all those donations you're getting from America, because we're coming. DenverGov.org, an illegal fucking government. It should be Denver.gov, but see, they can use DenverGov.org because they're able to manipulate, like where it says 2023 municipal general election, city and county of Denver. That should say the city and county of Denver, but see, they're corrupt down there. What they're trying to do is infiltrate the city and county of Denver as everything. And see, they're not allowed to impede businesses or citizens in any way. We come first, but not no more. That stopped in 1963. So when you think about, here's the Denver fair elections, convince some outsiders to join. Fuck, what outsiders? See, it's all spin, and you got to look at the dates. December 2nd, 6 date, 2 more names added to Denver's mayoral candidate pool. What the fuck? Robert Tretta and Abasa Yababa Hamba Bamba. What? Sorry, that's what I saw. It's Yaya Bamba. What are these people gonna do? See what this is see, they think that by putting their names on this ballot that it's gonna bring them recognition. It doesn't bring them fucking shit. All right. What it does is it's gonna take them closer to the black hole, man. You're all going to the dark web. And I warned you. And this is real. You can't be mad at me for something you all did to yourselves. Here it is. Colorado Public Radio. The bottom filth and the top filth. That's how they're manipulating. And so let's take a look at their elections. Here's the people that sit on the board. A who's who of Democrats, man. Or independents pretending to be. Or Democrats pretending to be independent. A couple of names that really stick out, man. It's amazing because none of these people said anything about the 2015 first time ever in Denver history, no Denver mayoral debates. Everybody was scratching their head. Everybody was scratching their head in 2011 when I sued Stephanie O'Malley, the daughter of Wellington Webb and the brother and the mayor, Wellington Webb by that, and the Wellington Webb's brothers, Joe Webb and Mark Stuhl, Webb and Stuhl law firm, were the ones that handled my case against the government in regards to our right to petition and how they gather the names, and their forms are all wrong, and it's all bullshit. It's smoke and mirrors, and there's the names, folks. But the ones, Kevin Flynn, he's a candidate for mayor, and he's on there making sure that why don't you get people that are normal people, that aren't part of all your old people? You can't. This is how they embed everything. Honorable Stephanie O'Malley? Honorable? You see where this is going, folks? Honorable? She sits over there at the University of Denver. Their governance, and on their website they have Denver. We're non-political, and people can be part of a party. That's a lie, and they've all been indexed now for that lie. But you look at all the people. Amanda Sawyer, Ian Thomas Tafoya, community activist. He's a bullshit troll bitch. And you got a lot of other people on here, folks, that when you go to their social, which has already happened, they've already been indexed. All their social channels, every Twitter, every account they have, they've been indexed. And it doesn't look good for Denver, folks. Because what will happen, if they're able to pull the biggest scam off, which it looks like they will, and I'll show you this is how I determine this in 2 seconds. Well, 2 minutes. When you look at the names and what they all part of, Gene Ozolo, State Director, Colorado Labor Electrical Action Project. Everybody that most of the voters don't vote for are on this list. And this is how you know that we are in a corrupt. But see, these people don't know that it's corrupt because they've been doing the same shit. And most of these guys, if they're not at least 60 years old, well, I'm 60 and I didn't know anything about the Spear Amendment and how they manipulated it from non-political to non-partisan, ballot only. It doesn't say that in the charter, and that's law, folks. And these people don't care. They're shitting all over Honorable Mayor Robert W. Spear, named after Spear Boulevard. And see, this is the demise of Denver. This is going to be the final nail in their big fucking bloviated, humble, bragging mouths where they all get paid the big dollars while everybody else is just fucking looking like fools voting for the same shit over and over. That shit's over now, folks. This Denver election is precedence because it's a new year. It starts the third year of the social credit system scores and rankings.com. And when you think about like dual at Kelly J. Brow, at Chris Hansen for mayor, at Mike Johnston for mayor, at Andy Rougeot, and that's some funny thing that's going on there. See, the GOP think that they're going to. They didn't realize they lost. Okay, they lost big because they had no plan. And anyone that tried to help the GOP, they ignored them. And I've got emails and things to prove that. And every email that I sent to GOP, they all lost. And I can tell you right now that Donald Trump will not be president. The back end conversation is that they're just over it. And he had his chance. He should just go make his money and just realize that if he would have been given 8 years, I did the algorithms, folks. The team that he had, the people that were doing the work, not his election teams, because those people are all bullshit. Patrick, fucking all of them, man. Everybody in Denver, Colorado, Donald Trump's team. You heard me? Especially that Patrick, man. Oh, we love you, Giavanni. We appreciate what you go suck a mother. See, I can't stand coward dudes like that. See, if we were in 1700, I'd be that guy dueling everybody. And there'd be a lot more out there like me dueling. I'm telling you. I ain't afraid to die, folks. I look forward to my next graduation. And the beautiful thing about it is, folks, is that these people that are now identified on these lists and all their people and all their money and all, these are the things they hide from everybody. They can't hide from artificial intelligence. And this was my gift to the future citizens and our children that will not be used as pawns anymore in our city by smooth talking fucking people that are only out for one thing, and that's party, and they can't do that anymore. They're going to have to, we're going to shake them down. I'm going to take out all those keys. We're going to turn them upside down, and that's what we're doing. That's what artificial intelligence is doing now. And the kids and the people that are watching, they know how to go shadow. They know how to go dark. They know what to do. It's those that think they know what they do, and they think they can go in because they have some guy that's graduated of MIT or Harvard, and fucking, they're just without a college education, you can never survive. Well, you don't need a college degree to lay carpet. You don't need a college degree to fucking be a plumber. Now, if you want to get into the mechanical end of it and build that stuff, yes, you do. But you don't need it to service, but you do need a license. And some of that stuff requires contractor's license. That means you have to have an education to take a test. You heard me? So, ain't no bullshit in this no more. And when we have people like architects and doctors and students needing to know that the information that they're searching to do their theses or their freaking anything they're trying to design, and that stuff's wrong because of some fucking clown kid from another country was smart enough to manipulate certain codes, and now he rewrote some codes in these electrical books or in the foundation. And so these architects or these students use that information and they go and put it and then they build that building, and then what happens? The foundation fucking gives way and everything comes tumbling down. Now, that hasn't happened yet that we know of. Buildings have come down, but we don't know the process. But example, remember that. Now, here's where all this leads, okay? When you think about the PDF, when a city gives you a PDF, well, we did our tracking, okay? And this is where I know they have already picked Kelly Brown to be the next mayor of Denver now. Or they're really fucking corrupt and they're fucking over their own people while the race is going on so that they can elect Kelly Brown. So they're either all in on it and then they're getting the what they call return on investments by putting their name in a habit. This don't count no more. Because everything that you said before you got into the race, everything you're saying during the race, and everything that comes after the race is going to now follow you where you wasn't so lucky back in 2011. 2015 it started. 2019, that's when Denver was indexed as a nonpartisan government. Even though we're non-political, we had to go with what they were saying. You couldn't just start coming up with this stuff. And so we indexed the League of Women Voters who've been labeled as a puppet for the Democratic Party in Denver and anywhere else. But they're 501(c)(3)s. But yet everybody in that organization is a Democrat, collecting all kinds of money from all kinds of people who think they're nonpartisan, trying to help the election system, and they're only helping their own troll bitch asses. That's what they are, troll bitches. Everybody's a troll bitch. Remember that. You're a certain level of a troll bitch, even me. I hate to say it, but even I go trolling once in a while, and that's what this is. But when I do it, I'm allowed to do it. I'm verified to do it. It's my job. It's my living. ObserverIndexer.com. Disinformationczar.us. WizardKnowsAllTellsAll.com. GoogleCrystalBall.com. GoogleBusinessDeveloper.com. These are platforms that I designed as virtual properties that we're going to be able to lease to different groups or companies. Like if it was a building downtown, I've got 80 of them, folks. And they're all Google verified. They're ready to go. And I can guarantee you that at the Western Complex, and it'll happen fast, folks, because I know how to put the teams together because I let artificial intelligence pick it. And I can pick it so that it matches the algorithms of all the people that it's going to join. And so when you think about a PDF by a city, like here's Kelly when she put in. Now remember, Kelly put in her notice on the 15th. Okay? After she told everybody she lied, and I got proof of it, but I'm not going to let that out yet. Artificial intelligence knows. That's why I don't have to let it out. I don't have to let out everything. But what I do have to let out is the bullshit behind the fucking people that are bullshitting our elections. This way, law enforcement and other investigators who have to work with these fucking people, if they can do this to a whole fucking town, what are they going to do to you? And that's exactly what our allies and adversaries are thinking about our United States since 2015, folks. Well, we don't know. Everybody's been used against everybody. We're now using Gestapo type tactics with our own government elected officials using their departments as henchmen and thugs, man. And so all these departments, when this stuff gets aired out now, what happens is artificial intelligence, even the FBI and Homeland Security, all these administrators need to understand that their voices are not. They have to stop talking. They can't escape it either. And so while we're all bullshitting and figuring out what the fuck we're doing, our adversaries like China and Russia, and China's got one man, one woman for every citizen of Denver to mirror them, be their avatar. All right, you're going to follow this guy for the rest of his life. So you're 30 years old, he's 60. So by the time he's 60, by the time you're 60, he's dead, but you'll have a whole new crew of people. And they can probably do about 8 people a day, one person. That's how many. I can operate 80. Right now, I'm managing 80 platforms, and each platform costs me $1 a month. I don't pay the whole year, because this way, if you fall, if something happens, and like say you fell, like in January, you're going bankrupt, so you got 8 months of ain't a lot of money because it's only $1. But hey, that's how being self-sufficient means in the digital world. Being able to have more money coming in than going out, being able to be independent, being able to say, okay, I'm not going to take any 501c money because it's bad. It's bad, folks. That algorithm hasn't even caught up with these people, and when IRS comes, open the door to the IRS, and we're packed. We will blow your fucking head off. Open the door, stand back, and let us proceed with gathering up all your shit. Because what happens, folks, is now these people can be identified through all their social channels, and you can only look at them and look. They have access to names in the voter logs or the voter scrolls, and they can pattern match all that now instantly. That's what artificial intelligence does. Because we can't have this bullshit anymore. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let Kelly Brow fucking think she's gonna bring her red lips coming in here with her frickin' old ass trying to act like she's 23, Kelly Brow, where everybody thought she was cute and all nice lips, and her buddy Janine Davidson over there at Metropolitan State University never was. She did a lot of things in her life, but one thing she hasn't done is been current with what's going on in the metaverse. And they got caught trying to pad Kelly's outdated resume because all I had was the Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce, where she was making $474,000 a year, and some people say she's making $474,000 pension, and she's pulling in a $200,000 plus pension for retirement when she served under the Hickenlooper. You see how that works, folks? So she's got to be pulling in at least, and then she was making $150,000 over there at the Metropolitan State University as for a new made-up position just for her. And the reason why I say it's just for her, because she sits on all the committees. She sits on a lot of those committees, and there's no way she didn't know what was coming down the pike, because that's her job, is to approve that shit. You heard me, Kelly? You red-lip pig. Get out, man. Let someone else come in and do something, because you're smelling like pig doo-doo. And it's time to go. You hear me? Pig doo-doo. You and all your node connections, all your voices are now corralled like those fucking cows and over there at the Western complex, where they're trying to now get J.J. Amen, a Republican, to try to woo and get all the conservative stations are all talking about, yeah, let's elect the GOP. This is what they're banking on, and they don't understand that Andy will be the biggest fucking mistake that they ever made. Biggest fucking mistake, because one, he knows that our elections are non-political, and he's already came out boasting GOP, so he can't change. He can change his mind, but his credibility went out the fucking door. Because in elections with digital, you got to stay on track, stay on point, don't deviate, don't fucking cave, and don't go work for the enemy. And all these people, man. And see, Andy wants everybody to think that he's a Denver business owner, but I squashed that quick. I was on it. They were fucking surprised. We kicked Timmy O'Toole the fuck to the curb, and I ain't even done with those people yet. We got a whole group of people already doing work, and so we're going to launch that coming too, because they're not going to come to our fucking city. None of these PR companies are going to come to our city and do their whoop-de-woo against Mayor Spear. I love Mayor Spear, man. I studied that guy, and he died in office, and that's why people love him. And when the children love it, when the 18-year-olds read up on what Mayor Spear did and what our city's supposed to be, that's why we had balls and we had power, because we had Mayor Spear, and then it got taken away. And in 1963, they sealed the deal, man. Bam, they became a monopoly. And so, and you know, I could have just started indexing them as a monopoly, but that's not how we are. I indexed them based on what their rhetoric is in the city charter, which has been moved. And we contacted Florida, where they published the city charter, and I spoke to some people personally. See, I speak to them. I don't need to call. I don't need anybody to do my calling, man. I was a currency trader. Bam, bam, bam. I made 400 calls a day. I dialed the phone 400 times a day. But got through with probably a few people. But it's persistence. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again, but not joining the system. And everybody with Kelly's the system. She's a girl that's probably pulling in $1 million a year with all her shit. No wonder why she can go work for 150. You think about it. This is another thing. If I was in front of a judge, Your Honor, she went from a $474,000 job to a $150,000 job. The judge would either say, wow, she got a good pension on that in order to take that kind of financial drop. So when you understand that every politician that's alive is receiving the same amount of monies that all these other foolship candidates and current city charter, you need to get rid of all these first term people, folks, because you're going to end up paying them double pension, and they're laughing at you. They just passed a law. They were able to pass a law because a lot of the voters who didn't vote, they're now paying for people's elections. You're not paying for mine, because I know people wouldn't give me money that wouldn't get the Democrat guys. They wouldn't give me no fucking. No, I have Democrat friends, but I won't ask them. I don't ask nobody for money, man. I'm not. Denver's an addict. It's verified addict. They're addicted to drugs. They're addicted to everything that is bad. Because this is what their politicians promise to eradicate. Why they enable the fucking thing, taking your money to pay for it all, and nothing changes. And when someone says, hey man, I got all these homeless people. Yeah, it's bad. We're trying. You know, we really are trying. You see, we just created 5 more departments. We just put 5 more people to work for $150,000. Yes, they're Mayor Hancock's friends, but, you know, all those people, they're going to get fired. All of them, unless they denounce the Democratic Party of Denver. Because we have to be free from all partisan people. And so when these folks understand that IRS is learning how to do object-oriented programming with voice latent prints, when they understand that they can take a person and just Google his name and look for his voter registrations, even though they might not be, like a lot of these people's addresses, that they're not public. What does that fucking tell you? What does that tell you, man? You don't even know where Mayor Hancock lives. He don't live in the mansion where the mayor should live. And that's being pimped out. They're trying to sell that too. I mean, they're selling shit that shouldn't be sold, folks, and they're robbing you blind. And who's going to get that money? Oh, Michael Hancock's family, who's a realtor, because that's what Michael Hancock's going to do. He's going to get into real estate if you don't get a job with the Bidens. But if Hickenlooper don't start talking to Hancock, and Hancock start talking to Webb, and Webb start talking to Pena, and Pena start saying, get that fucking Giavanni in here, man. Let's get to the bottom of this right now, why I'm still alive, because I'm not going to let, if it's true that I'm a growth mayor, and I've been indexed as a growth mayor, and uh, um, Webb's been indexed as a growth mayor, and Hickenlooper was indexed as a decay mayor, and Hancock, Hickenlooper, Haka, fuck. You see where all that names and all that shit, it's all by design, folks. Hickenlooper's a fucking Harvard graduate. What Harvard doesn't realize is that the mayor that they brag about and all that, and he's sitting as a senator, is a decayed dude. And he's passing things that are gonna, because he's there, he has to do something good. But he's not going to be able to pull that tooth from the fucking decay mayor. How he fixes that is realize, you know what, Giovanni, you're right. I didn't have the plan. And Kelly Brow did get my administrative over $100 million a year in deficit. And you're the only guy with any balls that let me know and everybody else know. And that's true. And I'm not going to let you and our children of Denver get penalized and suffer any longer. And you know what else, Hickenlooper? You owe the DACA kids who are now adults. You owe them all an apology because now you're letting all these other new people in. And now those DACA kids who have kids can't get the services they need because it's going to the new people. That you've all infiltrated into this illegal sanctuary city with illegal people you don't even know who the fuck they are, and you won't listen to law enforcement. That's why when I'm telling you folks, I'm telling you, I've come across the most biggest scum pieces of shit law enforcement officers in my entire fucking life, starting when I was fucking 6 years old. Trying to make me out to be the spick. Oh, look at that front. You know, I got a real dark tan when I was a little kid, man. I was dark. I quit getting the sun, man. I quit taking it. I got sun damage anyways. And I thought I was fucking Latino, so why would I get? I'm Hispanic. You know what I am? I'm Central American, Indian, Iberian, West Nigerian, Jew. I was adopted in a very generous, strict Irish Roman Catholic Republican military family from Brooklyn, New York, that migrated to Phoenix, Arizona. My dad migrated when he joined the Korean conflict. He became a staff sergeant for the United States Air Force at Luke Air Force Base. My dad's friend was Nelson Rockefeller. My mom and dad, my mom's family, my Homer, my grandfather, his name's Homer. He acted just like Homer Simpson. He did that he wasn't nothing like that. But when you got on his bus, he was a clown. And he was very businesslike. He took care of stuff. And I loved him. I remember him. Anyway, so my mom's family, my grandfather and the aunts and uncles and all that, they took care of Wrigley's bird sanctuary. I bet you didn't even know the Catalina Island and bird sanctuary that the Wrigley's owned. And so that was a hot spot during those war times, is to go to Catalina Island. And because it was closer than Hawaii. And so we spent a lot of our summers there. And people are like, I used to tell people, yeah, man, my dad knows Nelson Rockefeller. And they're like, yeah, okay. I go home, and my dad would ask me, because I don't know how my dad would know, but he'd say, so, how's your story knowing that Nelson Rockefeller is going? Nobody believes me, Pop. He goes, I don't believe you. I said, what does that mean? No, I mean, you're telling people that we know Nelson Rockefeller, and we do. I do. and you do, but it's beyond their pay grade, son. You just, unless they see it, and even if they seen them over here, they wouldn't believe it. So that's the secrets that you keep at home to yourself. Because why try to explain something that's kind of unexplainable when you get into this level? And I said, yeah, I know. And then finding out years later by my brother David, who passed away in 2022. I love my brother David, man. He was an Apache Indian, full-blooded, and I seen people treat him so fucking bad, folks. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. I seen him treat him so bad. He was an Olympics hopeful. He went against Mark Spitz in the 1972 Olympic Games in the 100-meter butterfly qualifications. My brother was 15 years old. He was a badass athlete. They just didn't want no part of no Apache Indian folks. I remember hearing him cry. He had all these ribbons on his walls and all these trophies. He died drowning.